The Justice Department's filed a lawsuit against TikTok alleging that social media app is illegally collecting children's data. If they were actually concerned about the data theft, they'd be suing every social media website. Ties in the last story we just did. This is the mean Chinese. We got to do something. It's all been going on for so long. Meta, everybody's been doing the exact same things, but it's easier to do when it's the Chinese, right?
Yeah, because there you have the bad guys. And the bad guys are not some guy in a corner office down in Silicon Valley. The bad guys are over there in Red China. They want to get you. They want to take your data. They want to turn us all into communists. I mean, these are all talking points, by the way, we have heard over the last few years about China.
You think there might, I mean, the Department of Justice is all over this.
Right.
I mean, they've come alive, right?
They really have. I mean, this will be one where they don't try to settle it. They want to get these SOBs. But the point is, did TikTok violate the agreement to not steal data?
Yes,
seems pretty obvious.
they did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But you cannot. This is a selective prosecution. That is what this
There's
is. The
no
political
question.
persecution,
There is
that everybody talks about. This is it because you could go after Google, you could go after Meta and Facebook, you could go after Instagram even before Facebook bought them. All of these other sites, all of these apps, Amazon, of course, with the data theft. You could go on with pretty much any website anybody's ever visited, collecting and selling your data.
Yeah.
And they only pick TikTok. That is it. We got to go after them because they're an easy enemy, like you said, because we connect them to China. Everybody's afraid of China right now. We got this in the bag, the DOJ says.
There's another point to this, though, and it's kind of real nuance. The DOJ, I'm assuming they're thinking this. Hell, I don't know what they think half the time. But if the DOJ looked at this in kind of a macro way, the discovery that takes place in this case, you understand, this discovery could go on for a long time.
Yeah.
They could find documents, they could take depositions, they could find things that lead to far more than this. It could mean corporate espionage, it could mean international espionage. My guess, if somebody with a brain is driving this, they're using that as the vehicle. We do it all the time. We'll bring in a company and we'll say, okay, with this company, we're able to find out the bigger picture of what your industry is all about, you see. It's what we did on, if you think about it, it's what we did on opioids, we did on PFAS, we do it, it's a very common approach. And so the Department of Justice has an opportunity here. They want to talk about, well, there's all of this espionage going on. They should be able to find out. I mean, there's stuff that they can find out that ordinarily they would not be able to know. Now, the question is, will they do that? Probably not. They'll settle. They'll settle for some little bit of money. At the same time, these folks aren't killing people like Boeing did, right? How much did they settle for Boeing?
Oh, God, I forget the number off the top of my head, but it was pathetic.
It was chump change.
Yeah.
Right. These are people who killed hundreds and hundreds of people, and they took the money here. I'd be interested to know what they think the value of this is when they settle it, because, probably they will settle it.
Well, and another thing it does, too, is it encourages TikTok, okay, well, with this and the legislation that they passed this year, now we've got to sell. And that's, of course, I think what the federal government wants to do. And then their wealthy Silicon Valley backers, one of them can snatch it up. And that's what will happen.
There might be an answer to my question right here. It's the TikTok settled with the FTC over the allegations a year ago or several years ago, paying a record amount. Now, this is a record amount of $5.7 million. Okay? That puts it into perspective. Here, Boeing kills hundreds of people after being warned, get this right, kills hundreds of people. And they pay chump change. Here, I think when it's all over, we're going to have a pretty good indicator of how the Department of Justice really views the bigger world, right?
Yeah.